Hello and welcome to an album a day, day 115. First of all, thank you to those of you who checked in on me. We had some pretty bad weather and apparently some tornadoes here in Oklahoma. My area was safe from that, but I appreciate those of you who checked in. Today we're talking about an album that it's really significant to me because when it came out, it wasn't available in our area. We had to send out, if I recall right, we had to send out to Europe. Now, back in the day, to order something overseas, you had to go and get an international money order. Then you had to send it. You had to wait and just hope that somebody got it and was actually going to fulfill your order. And in 2 or 3 months, it might arrive at your doorstep. So you're waiting every day going, now I hope I'm going to get this. I spent money on this. This is taking forever. Checking the mailbox or, with that hope every day, or waiting for that knock on the door from the postman with the package delivery. So it was quite an event to order internationally back then. Nowadays, you've got some element of tracking, which we didn't have. So you just sat in the dark and waited. But this album, when it got here, there were several songs on here that I'd never heard. Some I only knew about through this album, or this compilation, I should say. And we're talking, of course, about the 1985 release, Deep Purple, The Anthology. Love this cover. I think this is from California Jam, if I remember right, but I love that they put black all around it because it really makes the fire and everything stand out. Richie, I was going to say Richie on Fire, but Richie Unleashed is what I should say. This particular version is on Purple Records. And I want to double check because I think it was Deep Purple in concert where they did side 1 and 4 and side 2 and 3, or maybe it was made in Japan. I don't remember now. But here it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So as it should be. Anyway, excellent condition. I did get this used for a pretty decent price. It's not that easy to find on Purple Records, so really nice to have. The back has the track list, pictures of all the people in the band, which is really nice. The sleeves are generic, but it is a nice gatefold here with information and more pictures, of course, because what else are they going to put in there? But it gives you a little bit on each song, which is really cool, especially because this, again, came at a time where we didn't have the internet, we didn't have easy or immediate access to information. A lot of it was digging through archives of old magazines if you could get copies of them, but you had to physically have all this stuff in your hands. But there are some standout tracks. I'm glad they included Amaretta because I had only heard that previously on the Purple Passages compilation, as it was released as a single and not on any of the first Mark I Deep Purple albums. But there were songs that I had never heard. Like I mentioned, Hallelujah was one of them, the first single with Roger Glover and Ian Gillan. Shadows, which I didn't even know existed. Excellent track. I love the mood of that one. Love Help Me. I think this is I can't remember. I think this is the instrumental version. Now I'm curious. Let's see. It doesn't say here. Oh, yeah, it is the instrumental version because it does say that the vocal version appeared on Shades of Deep Purple. It's interesting because it says recorded in 1968 when they were still credited as Roundabout. So that is for Shadows and Love Help Me. So very interesting there. In fact, it said that Shadows, let's see, 2 previously unreleased tracks that were now only to be found on an acetate of which it is believed 3 exist in the world. So to even get to hear Shadows is a pretty big deal. Wring That Neck. And I forgot to mention they opened the side 1 with Hush. Side 2 only has 4 songs, but it does have another key song on it for me. There's Speed King, there's Black Knight, excellent songs, both of them. Grab Splatter, again, had no idea this track even existed until I got this album, or until I found this album, I should say, before I ordered it. Child in Time ends out the side 2 of album 1. We get to side 3. Strange Kind of Woman, a classic song from Fireball. Then we get to the next track, another one, didn't know existed, Freedom, I think that's from the Fireball sessions, if I remember right. Then we have Fireball, Highway Star, Never Before, and When a Blind Man Cries, which was a track that was left off of Machine Head because Richie didn't like it. We get to side 4, Gotta Have Smoke in the Water, right? Woman from Tokyo, another classic hit. Might Just Take Your Life. If you want to learn about some really cool vocal harmonies, this is the song for you. The way that Glenn Hughes and David Coverdale sound together on this track is absolutely beautiful. Then we get to another one I never heard before and didn't know it existed. I hope I'm saying this right because I don't know. Coronarius Redig, excellent instrumental track that was left off of Burn. Wait, is that right? I can't remember now. I don't know why I'm blanking on this. I do a whole freaking podcast on these guys. You think I would know? Um, yeah, that was a bonus track, I want to say. Yeah, because the instrumental was A200. What am I thinking? Boy, it's early for me yet, even though it's late. Soldier of Fortune from Stormbringer. And then we end with another track that for me was a really cool one to hear because this came from Come Taste the Band, which was not available in our area. I didn't have it yet, never heard a single track off of it yet, didn't know who Tommy Bolin was at the time. You Keep on Moving, which is an interesting track because the way it ends. Now, of course, when they recorded this and decided the album order, they didn't realize that it would be the last album the band would do before the big breakup and would not reform until the mid-'80s. But the ending of it is such a perfect ending to say, thank you, we're done. It's like the Killer concert ending, right? So interesting that was picked for the final track on the album. Excellent track. All of these are well worth listening to. And it was really cool to have some some additional tracks I'd never heard. That's why I was so excited to get the album. And all that time having to wait for it really sucked. But I think we ordered it through Harmony House at the Macomb Mall. And the nice thing was that at least if Harmony House ordered it, it would have been tracked by them as opposed to, or they would have had like an actual distributor as opposed to like me as an individual sending out for it, hoping that the right person got it, hoping it would get fulfilled and get back to me in 3 months or whatever. So I'm pretty sure, like I have a visual of me actually picking it up at Harmony House. So I want to say that's how it actually arrived instead of at our post office now that I think about it. So anyway, I'm getting old. My memory's a little hazy, but I do remember that we had to wait a long time for this album. Anyway, Deep Purple, the Anthology, check it out. Check out all the bonus tracks. Absolutely killer stuff on here. Great band. Check out Smoke on the Podcast, where I'm going through Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, a new episode. Each individual episode digs into an individual studio track that the band recorded until I get through them all. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.